Oh, why? Hey everybody. So, I'm doing my top 10 worst movies of 2015. Now, this is a list just like my top 10 of the best movies. This list is only movies I've actually seen. So, I have a couple of movies I have not seen, but I have a feeling are really bad, and I want to mention them first. 50 Shades of Grey. How can a movie be good that's based on a book that was written by a lady that was her fan fiction of Twilight, and she just changed the names in a couple of circumstances? How can anything based on Twilight be any good? I mean, it's automatically shit. It's just going to be. So, I never wanted to see it, had zero interest in it. If I had my YouTube channel back when it came out, I would do a review on it. I have no interest in seeing it to do one now, though. It's after the fact, and I just hope the movie goes away. The Transporter Refueled. Now, I liked the first two Transporters. Jason Statham. I like Statham. A lot of his movies are the should be direct to DVD action movies, but for the most part, I mean, they're fun popcorn movies. Transporter 3 I didn't like, and I have everything from the trailer on this one. There was nothing, no feeling whatsoever, so I don't see it being any good, so I just skipped it. Pan. At first I wanted to see that movie, and then I heard about the movie, and now I have zero interest in watching the movie. The fact that they just break into pop songs, like from the 90s, for no reason whatsoever. Like, why are you singing Smells Like Teen Spirit from Nirvana in a Peter Pan movie? That doesn't make any sense at all. That alone would make me not want to watch it. So I don't want to see that. Again, if it came out when I had my YouTube channel, I'd probably review it, and I have a feeling I would say I hate it. Love the Coopers. Again, one of those movies I saw the trailer for and thought, wow, the trailer's not even interesting. There's no way this movie is interesting. You have comedies that look interesting in the trailer because they tell all the good jokes in the trailer. This is a comedy that didn't even have good jokes to put in the trailer. Why would I spend another hour and a half watching jokes that weren't even good enough to put in a trailer? So, didn't want to see it. I heard it was bad. I'll just accept it. The Last Witch Hunter. Now, I did want to see it. I like action movies. But it did kind of look like... what was the one with Hugh Jackman? Helsing. Van Helsing. It looked a lot like Van Helsing to me. And so I didn't want to spend movie theater money on it. But I'm sure I will see it eventually, just because I don't think I'll like it, but I'm not going to spend $12 on it. And the last one I didn't see was Vacation. I like the original one, Chevy Chase, very funny for that time. I don't know how that would be funny now, especially since in the trailer it almost looks like a shot-for-shot recreation of the original. It's like watching Psycho. Why did you do a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho? Just go watch Psycho. So, I didn't want to see the new Vacation. I'd rather just go watch the old one with Chevy Chase. So here's my top 10 worst movies, the ones that I've seen. Number 10, Terminator Genisys. Now, it wasn't a horrible movie, but I'm super pissed at the trailer. Whoever made the trailer should be fired and not work in the industry ever again. Why would you give away your biggest twist in the freaking trailer? I know what the movie is now. Like, there was no point in me seeing the movie except to watch Arnold fight himself. There, my mind was blown at how stupid that was. And the same thing goes with Batman v Superman. That new trailer blew me away how stupid that trailer was for the second half. Why would you show Doomsday? Why would you do that? Makes no sense. So I didn't hate Terminator Genesis. I absolutely hated the trailer. And I don't think that person should be working in this industry anymore. They should not be allowed to touch any future trailers. But the movie wasn't horrible. It was a good popcorn movie. I wouldn't spend theater money on it, though. I would rent it or stream it. Number 9, Get Hard. Now, again, Get Hard is not a horrible movie. It made me laugh a few times. It wasn't so bad that I didn't laugh. Like, I did laugh. Especially, I think Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell have really good chemistry with each other, comedic-wise. But I actually found myself, like, when I left the theater, I was like, oh, it was kind of funny. But then once I started watching, like, all the interviews with them and stuff, the interviews of them were funnier than the movie. Like, I liked watching their interviews together and the way they talk to each other in real life more than I liked watching the movie. You might as well take all those interviews and things on the Tonight Show and everything and just put them together and make that the movie. That would have been way more entertaining than Get Hard. Number 8, Taken 3. Now, I love the first Taken movie. I'm a huge fan of those kind of action movies, and Luc Besson. I love Luc Besson. I love his action movies. He writes good stuff. He wrote Transporter, and one of my favorites was Wasabi. I loved Wasabi. And I'm trying to remember the actor's name that was in that. I can't remember, but I liked him. He's in a lot of Luc Besson movies. He was in The Professional, Leon, which is another great Luc Besson movie. I love that one. It's probably one of my favorite Luc Besson movies, besides Fifth Element, one of the few that he actually directed. But Taken 3, it was... they should have stopped at 2. That was enough. There wasn't a storyline that you needed to wrap up, really. I was good with 1 and 2. 3, it just seemed like you might as well just watch 1 and 2 again. 7, Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. Now, I liked the first Mall Cop. It was stupid, but it was funny stupid. And I didn't mind watching it. Made me laugh a few times. The second one, it made me laugh kind of the same way, but it was basically the same movie in another place with a little bit more money. So if they were going to do a sequel, I would have liked something different and not just the same stuff, same jokes, same situation, just in a different location. Some new characters that weren't fleshed out, so I didn't like the second one. Go watch the first one. If you like those stupid comedies, go watch the first one. You can skip the second one. Number 6, Chappie. Now, I wanted this movie to be good so bad. I love the director. District 9 was an awesome movie. And so I had such high hopes for this movie. And then I started hearing some stuff about what happened during production, which wasn't the director's fault. It was that music group, the two main bad guy actors, some British group, I can't remember their name. But yeah, they were like a huge nightmare to work with. They pretty much blew any chance of them ever being in a movie again because no director's going to want to work with them. But I liked the story. I liked the idea of the story, the AI robot that has to learn, but he's learning from the wrong person, wrong people. But he still has morals. And I liked that whole thing. the movie didn't turn out good because of all the stuff that they had to do in the background. I think if they had different actors as the bad guys and the production went smoothly, I think it would have been a great movie. Number 5, Hitman, Agent 47. I kind of liked the first Hitman movie. It wasn't a great movie, but it was a fun popcorn movie. This one wasn't even a fun popcorn movie. The story made no sense. Why does this guy that has no problem killing people all of a sudden have a conscience? For no reason. They didn't give a reason. And just poorly acted. Action scenes were a lot of quick cuts. A lot of shooting. Pretty much they wanted to throw in an explosion or people getting shot because they had nothing else better to do. I just didn't like it. It was like, meh. It's one of those action movies you stream online because you're bored. That's it. Number 4. This was a direct-to-DVD movie, and I watched it because I liked the first movie, and it was never in theaters. But Dragonheart 3, The Sorcerer's Curse. So I liked the first Dragonheart movie. Even the second one was alright. This one, nothing about it is good. CG was horrible, acting horrible, script horrible, directing horrible. I was so bored in this movie. It was insane. I wanted to turn it off so many times. I choked through it. I would probably rather... No, I take that back. I would watch this one before a Twilight movie. But... man, so close. So close. I mean, it's that bad. It's Twilight bad. 3, Pixels. This movie saddened me. I cried inside when I saw this movie. I wanted it to be good so bad. The trailers looked awesome. It fed to my old man childhood of arcade games. So... I was so hoping that it would be good, and it sucked. It sucked so bad. I don't know how. It's like they tried to make it bad. Like, it wasn't accidental. Like, they're like, let's come up with a really cool story with nostalgia and then do nothing with it. Make it horribly acted and the comedy not be funny. Yeah, let's do that! That's what they did. Adam Sandler, you should probably stop making movies. Unfortunately. Because I like your older movies. They're stupid fun. But your recent stuff, horrid. Number 2. Now, I did not have to... A lot of times I have to fight between my number 2 and my number 1. For both best and worst. I didn't have to think about this too much because my number 1 was so bad that it made my number 2 look not so bad, and number 2 is horrible. Number 2 is Jupiter Ascending. What a horrible movie. And what the hell happened with that movie? It had promise. Wasn't executed at all. The only thing that in that movie that was redeeming, and probably the only thing that kept it from number 1, is the ship's effects. Whoever designed the ships and the look of all that was cool. That looked cool. But nothing else about the movie was any good. Acting horrible. Directing horrible. Characters horrible. Script insanely horrible. Nothing. Only thing worth watching that movie. You might as well put the movie on silent and just fast forward to watch the ships. Or just go look at the artwork from the pre-production. That's all you need. The rest of the movie is worthless. Number 1. Fantastic Four, a.k.a. Fan-4-Stick. What happened with that movie? Oh my god. One of the most boring comic book movies ever made. I would put it equal with Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Actually, I think Batman and Robin was more entertaining than this, and I absolutely hate that movie. But at least it's funny to watch. Like, it's, at least with Batman and Robin, you can watch it and laugh at it. You can't even laugh at Fantastic Four. It was that bad. Absolutely nothing in this movie worth watching. Zero. Not even neat effects. Nothing. And it was the movie I was afraid would ruin these young actors because I think they're great actors. Hopefully the movies that they've done in the past and present that were good will overshadow the fact that they were in Fantastic Four, and that people forget the fact that they were in Fantastic Four, and that people just forget this Fantastic Four ever happened. Let's just mention it here and then never again. And Fox really needs to sell the rights back to Marvel. Please stop making Fantastic Four movies. I beg you. You've made 4 already, and all 4 of them were bad. You have not been able to make one good movie. You're just leaking money. You're losing it. Every time you make one of these movies, you're losing money. And if you make another one, no one's going to watch it because we already know you made 4 that were horrid. Why would we go to another one? So please, do what Sony did with Spider-Man. Sell the rights back to Marvel. Let them do the movie, and you can get a little bit of royalty for having the character rights. Okay? So that's my top 10 worst movies of this year. What did you guys watch that was so bad you would like to see on that list? What was your list? Comment below. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you guys on my next video.